John Cena reveals the real reason why he posted the WWE logo on Instagram. Braun Strowman takes a cheeky dig at WWE, and Bayley reacts to the passing of Melissa Coates. Hello everyone, Jose G here bringing you today's top stories in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. To stay up to date with all of our content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. John Cena reveals the real reason why he posted the WWE logo on Instagram. WWE legend John Cena recently revealed the reason behind posting his WWE logo on the Instagram handle. John Cena's Instagram is one of the most interesting handles on social media. The former WWE champion regularly posts contextless images on his official handle and never adds a caption to any of his photos. Cena recently posted the WWE logo on his Instagram, and fans started speculating about a possible return. Jimmy Fallon asked John Cena the reason behind posting the logo, and here's what the in-ring veteran had to say in response, saying, quote, "Yeah, so I posted that back in May. I was feeling rather nostalgic about WWE, and I just wanted to post the logo. And some people took it as I was returning immediately, which that is not the case. I haven't had my last match, and I can't wait to have my next match." End quote. John Cena returned to WWE on the road to WrestleMania 36 in 2020 and was challenged to a match by The Fiend. Cena immediately accepted the challenge, and fans couldn't contain their excitement over the huge clash. The duo had a unique outing at the Show of Shows and is regarded as one of the best cinematic matches in recent memory. John Cena lost the match and went back to pursuing his acting career. He has been quite busy lately and is doing promotional work for F9. Cena missed WrestleMania earlier this year because he was busy filming Peacemaker. He made his first appearance at WrestleMania way back in 2003 and didn't miss the mega event for the next 16 years. John Cena is still in incredible shape and holds major star power. He was one of the biggest names to come out of the Ruthless Aggression era and is still capable of giving a boost to WWE's ratings. Stone Cold Steve Austin reveals 2 WWE dream matches he wanted. Stone Cold Steve Austin has named Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair as 2 WWE legends he wanted to face in WWE. While Austin never faced Hogan, he was involved in 3 matches with Flair. However, Austin further explained that he wanted to face the Nature Boy in his prime. Stone Cold Steve Austin was on Busted Open Radio and was asked by Tommy Dreamer about a dream match that he wanted but never happened. The Texas Rattlesnake said he would have loved to face Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair in his prime in the ring, saying, quote, "Yeah, it would have been great to go against Hogan. He was still pretty primed up, and he was the backside, but still do it. My headspace wasn't in the right place, but certainly I could have done it. I would have been a different match to what he had ever had. Flair, I wish I could have worked with Flair in his prime. I worked with him the night before I walked out in Atlanta, overdoing the favors for Brock Lesnar. He worked in a cage that night, and I was happy as a kid in a candy store." End quote. Austin narrated how Flair had blades all over his finger. The match between Austin and Flair happened on an episode of Raw in June of 2002. Ric Flair and Stone Cold Steve Austin crossed paths in WWE 2001 when Flair revealed that he was the co-owner of WWE and gave the Rattlesnake the title. A year later, though, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Ric Flair were on opposite ends of the ring when the Nature Boy teamed up with The Big Show to face the WWE Hall of Famer in a handicap match at the Judgment Day pay-per-view. The two had their only singles match on Raw in June 2002, which was won by Austin and was one of the final few matches of his pro wrestling career. Former WWE Superstar reacts to rumors of Enzo Amore being difficult to work with. Weston Blake opened up on rumors about Enzo Amore being difficult to work with during his latest interview with Riju Dasgupta of Sportskeeda Wrestling. Amore was a controversial name backstage during his WWE run. Many stories have since surfaced in regards to his behavior with his peers. Weston Blake was asked about the same, and here's what he had to say to Sportskeeda Wrestling's own Riju Dasgupta.
A lot of people believe that Enzo Amore was very difficult to work with. And we have heard a lot of Enzo Amore stories. Since you have worked with him, are these things warranted? Was Enzo difficult behind the scenes?
No, when we were all working together, so when Murphy, myself, and Enzo and Cass were all working in NXT, I think we were all pretty driven and hungry to try to produce the best matches and try to get whatever we put out of the crowd reactions and stuff like that. I mean, and Enzo, he was always good by me. I loved working Enzo. I mean, he down there in NXT, I worked Enzo probably more than I worked most other tag teams with Enzo and Cass, and he was always a pleasure to work with me, myself, and stuff like that. Like I said, once he got up to the main roster, I heard kind of the same rumors that you heard as well. But whenever I see Enzo and when we worked back in the day, we had nothing but great experiences. I loved working him and Cass. They were one of my favorite tag teams to get to work. I mean,
you can watch the full interview with Weston Blake on our YouTube channel. Braun Strowman takes a cheeky dig at WWE. Braun Strowman recently took a cheeky dig at WWE by posting a hilarious meme on his Instagram story section. Strowman was let go by WWE earlier this month after an 8-year-long run in the company. A monster among men was a major attraction throughout his stint in WWE due to his impressive build and intimidating stature. Strowman's release wasn't something the WWE Universe had expected, as he was the Universal Champion on SmackDown a year ago. Braun Strowman has been living his life to the fullest ever since he was released from WWE. Strowman has been posting inspirational quotes on his Instagram and is also working towards a new fitness goal. He recently posted some new progress pictures and looks incredibly shredded and toned. Braun Strowman has also been doing tons of exciting stuff now that he's no longer wrestling every week with WWE. He noticed a fan-made meme on social media and decided to share it via his Instagram story section. The meme features a bunch of interesting things Strowman did following his WWE release. The caption to the meme reads, "When you finally get out of a toxic relationship." Braun Strowman initially came up the main roster as a member of the Wyatt family back in 2015. It didn't take long for him to become a single star, and he went on to feud with WWE's top superstars like Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and many more. Strowman challenged Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at No Mercy 2017, but failed to win the belt. His time to shine came 3 years later at WrestleMania 36, where Strowman defeated Goldberg to win the Universal title at the event, and he held it for several months. Braun Strowman was recently involved in the WWE title picture on the Raw brand and failed to win the belt at WrestleMania Backlash in a triple threat match with Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. Bayley reacts to the passing of Melissa Coates. As reported by the Cauliflower Alley Club, Super Genie Melissa Coates passed away at the age of 50. Bayley was one of the many wrestlers who shared their condolences on social media. The former SmackDown Women's Champion revealed she had her very first professional match against Coates. Bayley put out a heartfelt tribute on Twitter in which she thanked Coates for helping her during her early stages of her career, saying, quote, "I had my very first match against Melissa Coates. There's always a forever connection when you share the ring with someone, and I'm honored to have that with her. Thank you for being so sweet, helpful, and busting my braced face open. I'll truly never forget you," end quote. Melissa Coates was a respected figure in the professional wrestling circles as she entered the industry from the world of bodybuilding and worked for various notable promotions. Melissa Coates is no stranger to WWE TV, as she was with the company in 2005 and reported to Ohio Valley Wrestling, WWE's former developmental system. She also trained at Deep South Wrestling, expanding her resume. Coates also made an appearance at Backlash 2005 pay-per-view, where she attempted to win the Master Lock Challenge. Melissa Coates had a stint with Impact Wrestling, where she managed Sabu under the Super Genie moniker. Coates had to undergo an amputation of her left leg in 2020 after doctors found multiple life-threatening blood clots in her limb. A GoFundMe page was started to cover her medical expenses, and updates regarding her recovery weren't available during the pandemic. Coates' passing is an unfortunate, thoroughly underrated veteran who undoubtedly influenced several current wrestlers, including Bayley. All of us here at Sportskeeda Wrestling send our condolences to the family and friends of Melissa Coates. May her soul rest in peace. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories and exclusive content, be sure to follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most update stories in the world of wrestling.